So welcome to today's first session of macroeconomics. We will start with why there is a need to study macroeconomics. Then we'll go towards its introduction. I will give you some examples and then I will relate you what is being written in the slides. Some of the things are there which I am going to tell right now, but they are only the statements. So I will be giving you background and then we'll go towards these statements. So first of all, you have already studied in microeconomics that there are three types of agents. You know, anyone can name them? Three kinds of people, different people in the economy. First are consumers, who are actually buyers. And if you go in detail, consumers are actually the individual people for households. So individuals or households. Some consumers, and there are sellers. Sellers can be one company or one industry. Okay, so firm or sole seller. It can be one person who can be a middleman. It can be one person being an entrepreneur who is starting a business. It can be one person who is your agent who is bringing you the goods. कुछ companies अपने agent रखते हैं market से लेकर आते हैं. Sometimes bank do this thing because they are not expert in buying goods for their customers. They hire an agent. We call them. So usually the word is agent. So the agent buys the thing for them and takes the commission or salary out of it. Okay. So that can be agent or a company. And there is another type of person, we call it bystander. Let me define these two, then you will understand what is the bystander. So buyer is a person who goes into the market. Let me add that market word here too. So first of all, we define market. So market is a place where buyer and seller meet or interact to exchange goods and services. Market is a place where goods are sold or bought. Okay, or it can be resold or rebought. Okay, so this is a platform. It can be a physical market, online market, telephonic, mobile app. White yellow paper means book. It's a book of advertisements. Yellow paper, or it can be based on newspaper, can be based upon SMS. So any platform that can be used to exchange goods and services among consumers who are actually buyers and sellers. Buyers and sellers in the market. So this is the platform. Now I will define customers and consumers. Anyone who know what is the difference between customer and consumer? Customer?
Sir, customer is someone like who is going to market to bring. It does not mean that he is going to achieve things that he is going to buy.
Yes.
Actually, the person actually could consume and not use what actually is being bought.
Yes. So let me get this so that you can read what is shown on the screen. So yes, come in. The consumer is a person who is actually buying things for final consumption. He will use it for himself. The consumer, the person who is consuming the item, means after that it will be not be available for selling as a new product. It can be sold as a second-hand product, but a consumer is a person who is selling it, who is using it. After that, it will not be counted as a new product anymore. If it is a food item, it will be finished. If it is a consumer item like mobile phone, star, it will not be counted as a new item anymore. And what were customers? Customers are the person who is buying on behalf of somebody else. Maybe they are the shopkeepers who are buying from wholesale market for selling to other people. Maybe they are buying it for their family members. Maybe they are buying it for some other relatives on their behalf. उन्होंने फोन कर दिया कि यार तो और से चीज मेरी खरीद लो and I will get it from you when I come to the hall for sending to me via this method. So these are the mechanisms. So this is the difference between customer and a consumer. So what are the objectives of these people? So now we go toward this. What are their objectives? Anyway, what are the objectives of a consumer or a customer when they are going into the market? What they are thinking? So they are going to the market. First requirement is there is something need that need to be fulfilled. Okay, so first thing, there is a need. Otherwise, nobody will go. Something that they need that they don't have right now. Other than that, if they know they need something and they know that their need is available in the market, what is the next objective? So the customer does not know what is the profit margin. He does not know the cost of production. He is buying things, he is not producing. So you are near, but the customer is not talking about profit. So he doesn't know how much profit is it. What he is thinking about? When he knows that there is something that we need, and he knows that second point, he knows where to get it. That is the market. Then what he will do? Yes. He will decide quantity and quality that depends upon the price. Okay. Both things are related. So then he will check the expected price. If it is an online market, then he will check it from his phone. That's the advantage of online market. If it is like Food Panda or Daraz, he can check the price anytime. So this will not be expected price; it will become actual price. But if he is going to vegetable market, if he is going to the vegetable market, he will know the prices when he go there. So it means before going there, it's expected price. And what is how he determines the expected price? Yes, market trends of what time? Because today's price he doesn't know. He has not gone to the market yet.
For instance, like this big COVID, it is available to like get bigger promotions with all on that.
No.
So
Let's limit to a market which is vegetable market. It's so basic that there's no internet over there and there's no signboard of the prices. Supplement here. So and he is trying to estimate expected price because he has not gone to the market yet. What is the best way to estimate what is the expected price today? How he will estimate?
If I personally have to visit, definitely looking at the people, how keen they are, like how interested they are being.
Yes. But that he will know when he go to the market. Yes. Yes. So yesterday's price, he might have gone and he might have seen people gone yesterday. So he has asked what was the price. So the expected price is a function of, is dependent upon, we write function means it is dependent upon past prices. And this is called trend. If somebody said what's the pattern in the market? Trend in the market. So the relationship between past prices and the actual current prices is the trend. What is the pattern of the price? If they are growing, there is an increasing trend. If they are falling, then there is a decreasing trend. So these are the information criteria that we require to take a decision. And what is this decision? to buy something. And so these are the inputs that are information that he's getting, that he is hungry, he needs food. And second, he needs to go to the market to get the food. Third, he knows that these are the prices, and based upon the prices, he also knows that what is his budget, how much he can spend. So the objective of the buyer is to make sure he can get maximum number of goods and services, with minimum amount of budget spent. Okay, so you understand what is his objective? To maximize the needs with minimum budget. That is his main goal when he is deciding to go to the market. Why? Because we have already studied that his resources are scarce, his budget is limited, but his needs and wants are infinite. So he has to balance two forces. This force is saying more the merrier. He is saying, nah, you cannot go anymore. You have a budget line, there is a boundary that you cannot break. You already studied the budget line in business concept. Yes? So this is his objective. Clear okay? Anyone who have a question here? So customer goes to the market with this goal and he tries to stick to it. Okay? And then now we go towards the sellers. What are their objectives?
Maximize their revenue. Like to have a competitive market.
So first of all, let's write what are their inputs. Then go to it.
They will definitely look for the product they people need.
Yes. So they will look for the market requirement. So the word you use demand. So where the demand is. The most recent or most popular economist Keynes quoted that the demand creates its own supply. Whenever there is a demand, people will come to create a supply. No matter what type of product it is. If there are people looking to buy a certain type of goods, then there will be a motivation for the sellers to create that certain type of goods. Why? Because the sellers are actually consumers too. So they have that same thinking. So they will evaluate themselves how much I will be willing to pay. Seller as a buyer, and then he will evaluate in the market that is my assessment correct or not. Then he will set the same price. Okay. Luckily, the sellers are also a buyer in the market, so it's easier for them to find what is the demand because they are also the demanders of similar products. They are also the people of the same planet. So they will have same urge, same need, similar type of requirements. So luckily they will know what kind of demand is there. If people are looking to get if you go into the fruit market, there were two types of grapes you will find. One in the bunch, one they pick it up and put in a bag. So there are two types of products. Okay. If you go in a dry fruit shop, then you will find two types of walnuts, one in the shell, another they open it up. So why? Because they think that there is a demand for that good. Okay? Because in a shell, it's a risk that some of them will not be eatable because they are old. So sometimes people are willing to pay extra price for the product which is opened up. If it is not highly perishable, you cannot open up the watermelon because it is highly perishable. एक बार काट दिया तो खराब होना शुरू हो जाएगा. So you cannot sell it like that. So the market is not there. ठीक है, एक तो demand. Next.
Best price.
Yeah. So price. At which price they should sell. So they will need price. From where they will get the price? How they will calculate? What should be the price?
By looking at the competitors.
Okay, so she's saying that it's the buying capacity of the customer. So purchasing power. Purchasing the term. In microeconomics we say buying capacity. In macroeconomics we use purchasing power. It depends upon their income. What is the other major indicator that defines the price of a goods to be sold? Okay. What others are using to it? Competition. But what if it's a monopoly?
Definitely, by looking at the quantity would work, but I'm not
So if you are trying to start a bus service to a moon, but you are not giving a best quality of bus service, you will keep it cheap.
not really. Because
Why?
I grade my product.
No. Something is there that you are missing. You are going to one step ahead. So quality, higher the quality requires something else. What's that? Now, the higher quality means more price to the customer, but to create high quality, there is some requirement that firms had to undergo.
Good level and technology.
Cost of production. Okay, so cost is a major indicator. Higher the cost, more will be the quality, more will be the sellable price. Okay, so these are the requirements, indicators that define the sellable price for a seller. Why I am doing this? Because in macroeconomics we will be talking that how it comes up, because we are talking about macroeconomics. So in macroeconomics, when we talk about something, it has been aggregated from the people. Okay? So total income is adding income of all the people. So we should know how individual people are getting their income, so that we can tell how national income has been calculated or how it can be increased. So that's why I have given the determinants of two sides. Okay, so using that,
We can also look at GDP, so we can talk about the GDP and actually rapidly affecting market.
yes, so we are not going towards GDP because I have not introduced macroeconomics yet. GDP is a term in macroeconomics. So I will introduce first of all the behaviors, then I will tell that what are the how macroeconomics is there, and then the terminologies of macroeconomics. So what is an alternative word for budget in a business? So in as a consumer they have a budget to that defines how much they will buy. In a business they should have something that is stopping them to produce infinite goods. What's that?
Are they get associated with this?
For the case of consumer, the budget is stopping him to buy infinite goods. What's the term in the firms that is stopping them to produce infinite goods? It's a similar word, alternative to budget. What you know about it? What should we call it?
Yeah. Possible.
It's the investment or the capital. How much they have invested. We call it capital. Capital has two types. Equity capital, that's their own money, and there is debt capital that they have taken as a loan to start their business. So that will define how bigger the production unit will be. The bigger the production unit, the higher will be the capacity to produce, the more they will produce. Clear? Anyone have a question here? So let's summarize. What will be the objective of a seller? Equity is the amount type of capital that's the own investment of the seller. Owner के अपने पैसे that he is invested in your business. And the debt capital is the owner that loan that owner has used to start the business. So एक principal investment हुई होगी ना business start करते टाइम. That some amount, maybe X amount, and that amount may have two subtypes. or maybe only one. So the two subtypes are equity or debt. Then debt has further two subtypes. One is actual cash as a loan, another is the things that taken on rent. Okay, so debt के आगे दो types है कि उसने cash ही ले लिया, ठीक है? So cash लिया and then he bought the things that he requires. It means the things that he will buy, he will own it. So another type of debt is the lease capital. He bought the building on rent. जिसमें वो shop open कर रहा है या production unit लगा रहा है. He bought the vehicles on rent. So in that case, he is not owning it. So that will not be a part of the business ownership. That will be rented. So उसका rent pay कर रहा होगा. Clear हो गया?
Sir, I have a question regarding the pricing of like competitors.
Yes.
Sometimes informers like having looked at their competitors and they come up with the prices in order to determine most of the prices of our product. They sometimes bring up with the prices that which are more and more less than actually they are, the competitors are charging. So don't you think that they are degrading their products?
No. Yes, you're right. So in the market system, prices sometimes also signal the quality of a product. Okay, so in that case there is a minimum limit that they should not sell it below. If somebody is selling below, maybe they have wrongly estimated the minimum limit. They don't have the experience, so they will correct it when they will face a short-term loss. So the one reason is this: maybe they don't have the experience, or they are cutting that cost. They might have hired a person who is surveying the market. They haven't hired it, so they are saving that money. That's why they can afford a lower price. But the cost is people will perceive that these are low quality goods. Okay. For example, there is one of my colleague who is selling solar energy based electricity in Gujarat. They are able to produce electricity at 7 rupee per unit. Okay. I'm just giving a rough estimate, not actual value. It's 7 rupee per unit. And when they try to sell it at 8 rupee per unit, nobody buys it. Because they think that because when they're selling 7 rupee per unit, they are actually installing the solar panel at their homes. उनके घर में बिजली लगाएंगे और जितनी वो यूज करेंगे उसका चार्ज लेंगे तो बाकी वो ग्रिड में लेते हैं. So 7 rupee per unit. And when they are trying to sell it at 8 rupees or 9 rupees, nobody is buying. Why? Because they think that they are installing low quality solar panels and we don't want that one. But when they are selling it at 20 rupees, everyone is buying it. Why? Because they think that they are installing German solar panels. And what the seller is doing, when he is selling at 20 rupees, he is giving free service. And when he is selling at 8 rupees, he is charging consultancy service. So if there is कोई problem होती है तो visit आएगा तो उसके पैसे दो. So people are thinking that low quality means they will cover the price from the visits, so they will not buy. High quality means even if they come, it's for free. But on the other side, seller thinks 20 rupees, though they are earning 13 rupees per unit extra. So जो visit है वो free देना it's not an issue. But the Chinese solar panels are not that bad. It's a visit one thing. If you install good equipment, there is no need for a visit of an electrician. So that's the thing that you're talking about. That sometimes price gives us a signal that the product is good quality. So in that case, it's the responsibility of seller to estimate what should be the minimum price, how low they should go. Why? Because if people found out that the low price goods are also good, what will happen is other will also come down, and he will. वो जो कहते हैं ना मेरे पाँव पे कुल्हाड़ी मारना, उसने अपनी मार्केट खुद खराब की. He could have earned 100% profit. He cut the market and earned only 10% profit. Now the market knows it that the product is good. Everyone will come down to 10%. He will create another perfect competition. He could have got monopolistic competition market by selling at the same price but at a good quality services. तो सर्विसेज में वैल्यू एडिशन कर लेते हैं, ठीक है, rather than selling at a lower price, keep near to the market price but give extra value addition. Like हमारा प्रोडक्ट बाय करें, you will get 10 rupees extra balance in your mobile phone. And there is no link between two products, but you are just giving extra value. ठीक है, समझ आया? So for example, this is 7 में चल रहा है, you get it and there's a code and you use it in the Easy Paisa, they give you 10 rupees. So what's the link between 7up and Easy Paisa? No, just it's a cross marketing that you might have studied in microeconomics. That there's the 7up is not in perfect competition, it's in oligopoly or duopoly or monopolistic. I mean, there's a non-price competition going on. That's why they are doing these things. चलें, यहाँ वापस आते हैं. So what's an objective of a seller? Is he trying to maximize revenue or is he trying to maximize profit? Why? Why not revenue?
Because you have to deduct still a lot of expenses.
So let's what includes in revenue?
The revenue like includes
So a business has 4 inputs: labor, capital, land, organization. So revenue includes the contribution of labor, contribution of capital, contribution of land, contribution of ownership. All 4 contribution includes, we call it productivity. So 4 productivities are added together, that will become total productivity, that will be the revenue. And then there are 4 types of costs. For labor, what's the name of the cost? Have you studied accounting?
direct cost,
No. What's the name of a cost that is given to a labor? Wage expense. Wages. What's the name of cost that is required because of capital? बिजनेस ने अगर कैपिटल यूज किया है, जब उस कैपिटल को रीपे करना है, उसको क्या बोलते हैं? What's the name of that? Interest rate. Cost of capital. What's the name of a cost for the land required? That's very common name. हाँ जी, हमने एक बिल्डिंग ले ली किराए पे. Yes, किराए पे इंग्लिश में रेंट बोलते हैं. Yes, so that is rent. What's the name of the cost that is paid by the business to the owner to give the compensation for the input that he has provided? Salary includes wages also. What's the special name for a salary that is given to the owner? Yes, dividend is a subtype. The direct owner, dividends are the shareholders. What is the direct income of an owner? What? चलो उससे भी देखते हैं. Owner को जब पैसे मिलेंगे उसको क्या बोलेगा? Profit. The direct income of the owner is profit. So we use 5. So these are 4 types of costs. And in microeconomics आपने वहां तक पढ़ा नहीं है. But in the chapter of labor economics, in the chapter of capital economics, we say that firms are trying to employ only those amount of labor where the productivity of a labor is equal to the cost of labor. ये wage है, that is marginal cost of labor. Wage rate. अगर हमने worker को देना है 30,000 a month सबको, then the marginal productivity यानी लेबर कितना काम करे, एटलीस्ट 30,000 a month की उसकी आउटपुट होनी चाहिए. ठीक है, सो हम यहाँ पे वो मार्जिनल कॉस्ट और मार्जिनल रेवेन्यू वाला कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर कर रहे हैं. सो मार्जिनल कॉस्ट देखो, मार्जिनल रेवेन्यू इज द क्राइटेरिया टू डिसाइड हाउ मच इनपुट शुड बी हायर्ड इन द बिजनेस. सो ए मार्जिनल कॉस्ट इज दीस: वेज रेट, इंटरेस्ट रेट, रेंट रेट, प्रॉफिट रेट. एंड मार्जिनल रेवेन्यू इज the productivity, how much they are producing. So as a firm, they will employ only those number of labor where their productivity per month is equal to the wage that they're getting per month. At least. ज्यादा हो तो that's very good. कम ना हो. यानी अगर उसको हम 30,000 दे रहे हैं, कम से कम वो 30,000 रुपए का काम करता हो. यानी जो प्रोड्यूस कर रहा है उसकी मार्केट वैल्यू 30,000 हो. या वो जो कंसल्टेंसी दे रहा है, जो सर्विसेज दे रहा है, उसकी कंट्रीब्यूशन इन द बिजनेस इज एटलीस्ट 30,000. सही. सिमिलरली कैपिटल कितना लेना है, कितना लोन लेना है, कितनी मशीनरी रखनी है. The contribution of the machine should be at least equal to the cost per month. ठीक है. अब एक टेक्सटाइल इंडस्ट्री है, they are buying a weaving machine and the weaving machine is costing 30,000 a month in terms of interest rate. अगर वो किराए लोन पे लेके इंटरेस्ट रेट देना है, then that machine should produce cloth of at least 30,000 rupees a month. At least 30,000 only there. लेकिन मशीन जब बना रही है तो लेबर भी साथ साथ काम कर रही है. So it should be labor plus capital 60,000 something. ठीक है. लेकिन अगर किसी बिल्डिंग में है जो किराए पे है, then it should be 90,000. लेकिन अगर वो मैनेजर भी खड़ा है, so it should be at least 1,20,000. Assuming that all of them are 30,000. ठीक है. So it's that complicated. ठीक है. So in advanced microeconomics we studied that how to calculate the individual contribution. थोड़ा सा हम इस कोर्स में टच करेंगे, लेकिन it's only for small time. क्या समझ आया? So firms are employing the inputs, and who is responsible for employing inputs? Manager, organization. That's why their income is profit, because they are taking risk and then they are earning. यानी उनकी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है कि ये कितने रखने हैं. So it's their responsibility to convert inputs into output. That's why any extra that they earn is theirs. That's profit. ठीक है. इनपुट्स के ऊपर जितना कमा जाएंगे, यानी मार्जिनल कैपिटल और मार्जिनल कॉस्ट से मार्जिनल रेवेन्यू कॉस्ट से जितना ज्यादा होगा उतने प्रॉफिट ज्यादा होगा. यानी ये इक्वल होना चाहिए ना मिनिमम. ये अगर इससे ज्यादा हुआ तो कंपनी ज्यादा कमा रही है और लेबर को कम दे रही है. जितना वो ज्यादा कमा रही है इतना ही ये ज्यादा होगा. और वो ज्यादा कैसे आ रहा होगा? इकोनॉमिक्स को कहता है कि इट शुड बी इक्वल, बट स्टिल दे आर अर्निंग प्रॉफिट. कैसे आता होगा? व्हाट इज अदर सोर्स ऑफ इनकम, अदर सोर्स ऑफ प्रोडक्टिविटी? Assuming that they are in perfect competition, they will not be able to sell at higher price. Okay, let's assume.
Like there would be many use of like the technology being more advanced than the
Okay, yes, the other thing is technology, but technology is added into them. So labor is using technology, so it's technological labor, technological capital, technological land. Okay, so I am trying to ask is that we are paying them according to their contribution. It means there is no extra money left. काम तो यही कर रहे हैं ना. How he is earning? One thing is higher price, but for higher price they have to prove that it's a high quality. It means they have to make them work more and then pay them more. So it means sometimes higher price might be cancelled out with higher cost. So that's not source of this profit. What is the other source of profit?
So their own strategies.
Clarified. You are near, but let's simplify it. Produce more, then you have to pay more. वो overtime काम कर रहे होंगे, you have to pay more, and overtime salary से double हो जाती है according to some country laws. Yes, strategy is correct word, but make it simpler. Try to think on it. Anyone else? Your firm and manager is hiring these three inputs, and he is claiming that he will get profit.
Our ideas.
His ideas, yes. So both are near. More clarification, more simple करो. Ideas क्या करेंगे? Strategy क्या करेंगे? No. He has an expertise to know how to use them.
Yes.
Their best combination. They itself don't have any thinking ability. They will follow the orders. The manager have an ability to fine tune the business to a best combination where they produce the best. You already studied production possibilities frontier. That's the thing that we are talking about. One are capital goods and another are labor goods, and he finds the best possible combination where there is maximum output. So and the other source of productivity is the combination of these three. कि कितनी मशीन चलानी है, उधर कितने वर्कर खड़े होने चाहिए. It's not like EIA, there is one plane and 100 workers. Okay, so how many workers per machine, or how many square unit of land for one machine and one person. So that it's an ability of an organization or a manager or an entrepreneur to find the best combination that will create extra output that will contribute towards the profit of a business, that will be his income. Okay, that's why he's taking a risk. He is using his knowledge to create a combination. Labor does not have any managerial rights to think on his own. He will only follow the job description that is given to him. Okay? So that's the way businesses earn profit. So that's why we say that their objective is to maximize profit. Why? Because when they are trying to maximize profit, they are actually trying to create best, use the best labor and best combination. If we say they are maximizing revenue, that will not contribute the best, that will not include the best combination. That will only include the best input. So the objective of business is maximizing profits at what minimum? क्या चीज minimize करेगा? Cost or expenses, yes. Same thing. Both are same words. Clear? So these two are technically opposite to each other. The strategies are actually aligning them and the rivals to each other. So what will happen in the market? They will bargain. So what is happening in the market? There is a bargain that will determine the prices. Okay, and that will create an price equilibrium. Okay, and what is the function of these prices? ये भी आप पढ़ चुके हैं. Who has? How we decide who has a more bargaining power?
Sir, bias.
How?
Because he is
Microeconomics, we studied one topic that tells us this is the way we calculate who has a more market bargaining power.
because like there exists different number of competitors and case different options.
This is the determinant of that thing. I want to know anyone who remember that exact word you have studied in microeconomics that defines who in the buyer or seller has more bargaining power. Sometimes buyer has more bargaining power. For example, in the market of daily wages worker, buyer has more bargaining power. But on the other side, the selling of oil, seller has a more bargaining power.
Seller has with the buying bargaining power when he knows his product is completely different than product.
Yes. So number of sellers, competition and completely different are the examples of that term or subtypes of that term. Anyone who remember? That term was elasticity. Remember? So the examples that you're giving are actually the examples of cases of elasticity. So if seller is more elastic, then he has a bargaining power. If the buyer is more elastic, he has a bargaining power. And the determinants of being elastic is that their product is different and they have less competitors. Okay? I think you already know what is meant by elasticity. Should I explain it? So elasticity is the relation between the price of the product and decision to buy. So if it is the elasticity of demand, if it is elasticity of supply, it will be the relationship between price and selling decision. Okay, and I use the word more elastic. What is meant by more elastic? That the person, if I say the buyer is more elastic, it means at any point in time, buyer can say, forget it, I'm not buying it. It's not important for him. For example, luxury goods. Seller can say, forget it, I'll buy it someday else. It's not important for me right now. I'm not dying because of it. Clear? For a customer, more elastic means at any point in time and any point in the bargaining decision, he can say, forget it, I'm going home. I will buy it some other time when it is cheap. And for a seller, if it is more elastic, what does it mean? That at any point in time, he can say, I'm not selling it to you, I will sell it to somebody else at a higher price. जिस तरह दुकानदार कहता है तो जो जो और कस्टमर ही बड़े आते हैं मैं बेच दूंगा उस प्राइस पे, ठीक है, समझ आई? So more elastic means that they can quit the bargaining and still experience same utility, यानी उनको कोई नुकसान नहीं होगा. Less elastic का क्या मतलब होगा? They cannot quit because their life or their utility, their happiness depends upon it. Right? For example, there is somebody who is lying on the bed and doctor is doing the heart surgery, and during the operation, doctor says that prices doubled because of oil prices. Will a buyer say कि आधा heart ठीक है तो आधा बाद में ठीक ना हो? क्यों? Because his life depends on it. He will have to pay. I am just giving an example. कि doctor during the operation अगर price double भी कर देगा, they don't do it, but I am just giving an example. What will happen is buyer will not quit. कि जी आधा दिल ठीक कर दो, तुमने price double कर दिया है, बाकी पैसे जब जमा होंगे बाकी बाद में ठीक कर देना. It's not his car that he is amending, it's his heart. So his life depends upon it. So he will have to pay. He has a lower elasticity point. So if a buyer or seller has low elasticity, they are being exploited, or they are forced to accept the terms and conditions. Another one has a more power, and if the buyer has more power, what will happen to the prices? It will go up or down. Yes. Oh, and if a buyer has more prices, purchasing power or elasticity, what will happen to the equilibrium price? It will go up or down. Why? Buyer अगर अपनी मर्जी से कीमतें सेट कर सकता है तो महंगी खरीदेगा. हाँ जी, क्या करेगा? सस्ती करेगा, महंगी करेगा? कभी दुकान में खरीदने नहीं गए? आज जाना है, थोड़ा एक्सपीरियंस करो ना. So when a buyer has a power to decide prices, what he will do? Increase or reduce? क्योंकि he has to minimize the budget. That's it. And when seller has the power to dictate the prices, what he will do? Increase, because he has to maximize profit. Profit is actually price into quantity minus cost. So P increase and P into Q will increase, so their revenue will increase. सही हो गया? पॉइंट आपको समझ आया? अभी हमने मार्केट को define कर दिया. Why? Because when we will study macroeconomics, we will not be going in that detail. I will be just telling you the name and you have to remember what was happening here. मैंने एक engine बना दिया है. Now we will assuming that the same engine is for all buyers, all sellers and all markets. ठीक है? In macroeconomics we will be talking in aggregate. All markets, all buyers, all sellers. And there is a bystander. So bystander is a person who is sometimes fortunate, sometimes unfortunate. He is a person who is neither a buyer nor a seller, but he is affected by the transaction in the market. He is not a buyer, not a seller, but he is affected by the transactions happening in the market. Maybe because of his living near the market. He is living near the airport and he is affected by the noise pollution. He is living near the what you call it, food street, he is affected by the light pollution. He is living near the textile industry or paint industry or leather industry, he is affected by the water pollution. Maybe he is living near UMT, he is affected by the commute of people going to UMT and going away, dust pollution and noise pollution and all types of pollution, knowledge pollution, student pollution or teachers pollution. So he is a person who is affected by the market. Most probably he is living near to the transactions where it is happening. In most cases, but sometimes it can be living away but still be affected. For example, if India is burning their crops, it is creating smoke and Pakistan is being affected, or other way around. Okay, so it's not necessarily that bystander is living near. It can be that it's a group of bystanders affected by some big activity, like air pollution. Whole world is bystander. Okay, so when we are fixing, जब हम कोई transaction को fix करेंगे, for example, education, then anybody who is living near UMP who is not getting this education or not teaching here will be a bystander, who is not relevant to this market, but he is affected by the transactions that are being happening. ठीक है? ये इसलिए पढ़े हैं because we will be studying the role of education. So education in future has a good bystander effect, because the more people literate, the more peace in the economy, more educated people in the economy, the less crime rate in the economy. So it will create a good bystander positive effect. So other people who are, even if they are less educated, will have good, they will experience good effect if education is creating good things. ठीक है? So that's why we are studying, क्योंकि macroeconomics से बहुत relevant topic. ठीक है? So now we are going towards one last point, then we'll go for a break. So last point is, sometimes it's not in the power of a buyer or a seller to dictate their own terms. Sometimes one of them have so much power that they exploit the other. They exploit so much that it can create what we call it injustice. It can create violence. It can create crime rate, hate crime. But it can create poverty. It can create loss in jobs. Okay, so I will give some examples. Then we go for a break. So, for example, like just like oil prices. So, government has created an independent department who is setting the oil prices, and the prices are dependent on so many factors. First, the international prices, then their agreement prices that at which they are buying, then the taxes they have to pay, then the taxes they have to pay in the future too. So all the agreements are there. So they are increasing the price, but they are not considering what will affect on the lives of individuals. So it is affecting the buyers and bystanders together. Buyers को rectify क्यों कर रहा है? Now it is expensive, so they cannot buy other things that include food. And bystander, the person who is affected by them, because if oil is expensive, other goods are also expensive. He is being affected by that thing. So वो oil शायद ना ले रहा हो, लेकिन वो साइकिल वाला भी कोई चीज बेच रहा है, मेरा तेल महंगा हो, so he is affected by expensive goods. ठीक है? So what other ills it is creating? Since oil is expensive, what people will do? They will try to drive fast to go their work quickly. तेल कम इस्तेमाल हो. They will try to drive wrong way. इशारा होने से गाड़ी आइडल ना देनी पड़े, पेट्रोल ना खर्च हो, उल्टी तरफ से गाड़ी लगा लेंगे, ठीक है? और they will be more violent with each other if there is an accident. यदि पहली दिन में आई है और मेरी गाड़ी खराब है, ठीक है? So अब क्या हो रहा है कि buyer has no power. Why? Because they cannot live without oil. They cannot go to work and they cannot buy things because अगर oil नहीं लेंगे तो चीजें बनेगी भी नहीं और मिलेगी. Another side, I'm not saying that always consumers are victims. Sometimes sellers are also victims. For example, daily wage workers. आप टीवी में देख रहे होंगे कि जी गवर्नमेंट कह रही है कि जी हम ऑयल तो महंगा रखा है, लेकिन हम नोट कर इंडिया से सस्ता है या यूके से सस्ता है. फिर हम ही कह रहे हैं कि यूके की सैलरी यूके में तनख्वाहें भी ज्यादा है, ठीक है। Who are the initiators of higher salary? हायर सैलरी अगर हमने कहना है तो किसकी हायर सैलरी की बात हो रही है, सबसे अमीर वाले की, सबसे गरीब वाले की? सो rather than saying कि जी यूके में तेल सस्ता है लेकिन वहाँ सैलरी ज्यादा है, what should we do? We should start paying our daily wages worker more just to show कि जी सैलरी ज्यादा होनी है। गवर्नमेंट ने तो नहीं कहना, गवर्नमेंट तो कह रही है मिनिमम वेज कितनी पर्सन 20,000 समथिंग है जो 30 हो जाएगी इस साल। तो आर यू पेइंग जो घर में सफाई करने आती है या गार्ड है या माली है, आर यू पेइंग देम 20,000? नो, ठीक है। सो द चेंज विल कम फ्रॉम दैट पॉइंट कि इफ द पीपल से कि जी वी वांट अ लाइफ लाइक यूके, यू हैव टू स्टार्ट पेइंग द कॉस्ट लाइक यूके, ठीक है। आपके घर में वर्कर आ रहा है जब उसको सैलरी अच्छी मिलेगी, he will dress better, he will work better, he will be more loyal, so you will have better services. हम भी तो अपनी जॉब में कहते हैं ना, give us more salary, we will work more, ठीक है। That's the ethical point. Now I'm just saying that in this market of daily wages worker, the buyer have more willing power. They give 100 rupees or 200 rupees dihari for a person. Can you get anything in 100 rupees? You cannot get anything. ठीक है? So in that case, customers are exploiting the market. What would happen is if they are at least nearer to reality or nearer to the equilibrium price, what will happen is the market productivity will rise, the quality of goods produced will be higher, and the clean अच्छा करेगा, your family will be healthier and they will work better, you will earn more. आप यूके में नोट करें हर दूसरे बंदे को कोई ना कोई एलर्जी है, पीनट एलर्जी, ग्लूटेन एलर्जी, वाटर एलर्जी, तो अजीब अजीब एलर्जी है। पाकिस्तान में अल्लाह का शुक्र है मसला नहीं, कोविड ने इसलिए इतना इफेक्ट नहीं किया, हमें पता ही नहीं चला कोविड हुआ। कईयों का यार वो आज ना चाय फीकी लग रही ठीक है, आज सालों में लगता है अपना मिर्ची कम डाले यार, खुशबू नहीं आई, क्या हुआ? 12 बजे तक कोविड हुआ, ऐसे हुआ ना। आई थिंक मोस्टली को यही ऐसी पता चला होगा कि आज खाना बनता नहीं था, ठीक है। अल्लाह का शुक्र है बहुत कम लोग बीमार हुए। Why? Because what we are doing is in our family we do our house chores too. तो वो cleanliness ज़्यादा होती है, we are more immune, more healthy as with respect to the diseases that are available. Diseases are there but we are more immune. In that country diseases are less, so they are less immune, जब कोई नहीं आती है तो उनको फर्क पड़ता है। So what is happening that there is something missing. Somebody who should regulate a bystander की तरह। Sometimes government corrupt है, firms महंगा बेच रही है sugar, oil and ghee, and buyers some are rich so they don't mind, but some are poor तो जैसे भी गुजारा कर रहे हैं। What is happening is generally people are getting poor, the poverty is rising, unemployment is rising, which might lead to many other problems like crime, counterfeit currency notes, जाली नोट बनने शुरू हो जाएंगे, ठीक है। और माइग्रेशन में भी माइग्रेशन सबसे पहले कौन करेगा? पढ़ा लिखा करेगा। यहाँ से अगर वो जिसने 1100 नंबर पूरे नहीं सारे चले गए तो फिर हम क्या करेंगे? 1100 नंबर वालों को भी तो आपका हाल बताइए ना कैसा है। तो अगर वो भी चले गए तो बाद में क्या होगा? ठीक है, तो bystander are being affected. तो उसको कैसे पढ़ेंगे? पॉवर्टी, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट, इनइक्वालिटी, जॉबलेसनेस, ठीक है, लोअर सैलरीज, एक्सपेंसिव गुड्स एंड सर्विसेज, ठीक है, लॉलेसनेस, करप्शन, ठीक है, मनी लॉन्ड्रिंग, ठीक है, क्राइम. So they are being aware. So it means this in this triangle, microeconomics was saying that their objective, अच्छा bystander's objective क्या होगा? Let's do it and I will conclude. What is the objective of a bystander? This is a sentence बनाया है. What should be the objective of a bystander? If I am living in front of you and T, let's assume, when I will be more happy? Yes. and ये तो negative points है ना, positive points क्या होंगे? So objective of bystander is to minimize the negative externality. जो effect है उसको externality बोलते हैं. To minimize the negative externality and maximize or sustain the positive externality. For example, UMP ने यहाँ पे एक रोड बना दिया अपने खर्चे से, डबल रोड कर दिया. अब UMP cannot pay to repair of this road forever. तो बायस्टैंडर क्या करना चाहिए? To contribute some जो रोड बना के दिया ये हमारे तरफ से ये कॉलोनी शेयर करता हूँ, ठीक है? या सपोज किसी कॉलोनी में एक पार्क बना है and they decorated it well. It's a good externality for all the people living near the park. So that good externality will not be sustained forever if nobody is contributing to protect it. So there should be a ticket in the park, or the people living near should be collecting some funds, paying to the gardener and all the equipment required to sustain the park. Okay? हाँ, and on the other side negative externality कैसे बंद करेंगे? Negative externality कैसे खत्म करेंगे? Using law or penalties or fines. ठीक है? UMP की बसें बैक गेट से आती थी, और बैक गेट में रोड्स डैमेज होना शुरू हो गए क्योंकि बसें आर वेरी बिग, so they request either to contribute in the road upgrade or stop bringing bus from the back side. So UMP ने वहाँ बस ले जाना छोड़ दिया, सामने आए, ठीक है? So what is happening that you can stop my negative externality like this? Create a gate, stop it, or create a fee, और fee से repair कर दे, ठीक है? और request them politely कि ये अपना म्यूजिक डाउन कर लो, मैंने सुना है, ठीक है? Anyone else? So their objectives are there, but sometimes bystander cannot stop it. क्योंकि जो नॉइज क्रिएट कर रहा है, they have so much power. अब UMP के सामने रहने वाला UMP को तो नहीं मूव करवा सकता, but he can do. He will या तो सब्र करेगा या will try to do something to reduce it. ठीक है? And then I give an example from both sides. So it means in this triangle 1930s से पहले what was happening that Adam Smith, who was the founder of economics, he and other economists were saying that the market forces and then or other means the bargaining between the buyers and sellers and the bystanders will sort the market out. If there is any injustice or irregularity or unjustified prices, their bargaining power will adjust it automatically. तो पहले ऐसे चलता था 1930s तक. But what happened in 1930s, the clash or the injustice was so much, there was Great Depression, market crash. ठीक है? उसके बाद उनको पता चला कि sometimes markets are stuck at bad equilibrium. That bad equilibrium is bad equilibrium is dictated by the person who has more elasticity. And he does not want to change it. ठीक हो गया? Point समझ आया? So 1930s, after 1930s, this was the engine that was running the market. The buyers' objectives, sellers' objectives, and bystanders' objectives. They were brought to a table and they were doing bargaining, and then market was working. And all the rules of microeconomics was working very fine. But what happened that उस टाइम बर्बादी भी इतनी हो गई थी कि market was becoming complicated. Sellers or buyers came to know the tactics that can skew the market towards their favor. यानी वो पढ़ लिखे थे, कुछ लोग मैनेजर बन गए, कुछ लोग इकोनॉमिस्ट बन गए और कुछ लोग ऐसे ही मार्केट नॉलेज रखते थे. They knew how to change the scenario so that they can get more advantage out of it or undue favor. So what happened? Markets crashed. Okay, so let me show you a few examples and let's go for a break. So we have studied these points. Okay, what is the purpose of economics? how to manage scarce resources, how to maximize utility, how can reduce cost and increase profit. ये सारी चीजें हमने पहले पढ़ी हैं, and the story that I created, most of them are covered. ठीक है, आगे जाते हैं. Then we talk about behaviors. You've already studied their objectives. They are their behaviors. Okay. So individuals का क्या behavior है? They are buyers. They minimize their budget and maximize utility. And what are firms? They are doing this. So I have talked about this in detail. Next, what's the market? I have already described, but there are a few more points. It's a place where sellers are willing to sell, buyers are willing to buy. There is some competition between sellers. Otherwise, it's not a market. It's only one shop. अगर competition नहीं है, it means they are all selling different things, and there is no substitutability among them. So it's not a market. It's just few shops. Market is where there is some substitutability. For example, if you go to Liberty Market and you turn left to the roll paratha lane, and you will see 10 shops, and all are selling Karachi roll paratha with different names. So that's the competition. You are confused which one to buy if you don't know which one is better. जो पहली दफा जाएगा, ठीक है, वो confused हो जाएगा. So that this is an example of competition. There is some substitutability. Okay. Then all buyers have equal amount of information. It means जो मैं बता रहा था, अब यहाँ पे वो market में problem है. If I go, I know which one is good, which one is bad, or I know the prices of all of them if they are not same. ठीक है, वो पूछेगा तो इक्वल इंफॉर्मेशन हो जाएगी, लेकिन अगर पूछने से भी नहीं इक्वल होती, then there is a problem. Then product is legal and merit. Legal goods are because of country law, and merit goods are कि कुछ goods country ने मना नहीं की हैं, लेकिन वो सेहत के लिए अच्छी नहीं है. ठीक है, like smoking is still allowed in public places, so it's not good for health. So वो merit good है, non-merit good है. It's not good for health, but it's not restricted by the law. Last is the process of creation of product has not harmed any other. Means bystanders are not being harmed. Bystanders also include ecosystem, animals, forests, clean water, environment, everything. So ecosystem में सब कुछ आएगा. ठीक है. So market failed. We'll study that after the break. ठीक है, break का लो, take. So it led to market failure. So what is the market failure? Market failure is a situation where the price setting mechanism or the bargaining power force is not working anymore. Where the sellers are able to increase the price beyond buyer's ability to control it. So the bargaining forces are not working. Or it is any one of the assumption of the market is failed. That is market failure. Okay, I will give you some example. For example, sometimes there is no market. Either the buyer is not present or the seller is not present. For example, we are cutting the trees, reducing the forest. So there is a demand of forest, but there is no supply of forest. There is no seller who is producing trees. There is no company because company is not there. You might have studied microeconomics because nobody is paying them to do it. So nobody will do it for free. ठीक है, हमने economics में एक concept पढ़ा, I think you might have studied, is called public good or private good. Since forests are public good, so nobody is doing it. seller will only create a product if they can commercialize or privatize it, otherwise they will not create. Okay? So if the seller has an ability to commercialize the product or privatize the product or limit the buyers to buy it so that they can charge a price, then they will produce it. That's why you notice that the cows and sheep are too many, but pandas are too few, because sellers cannot mass produce pandas, or they don't have an ability to limit people to see pandas so that they can put a ticket on it, but they can limit the production of cows, sheep and chicken because they can sell it. So that's why the sheep cows market are privatized, commercialized, but not for lions, pandas, or are the animals which are becoming extinct. Okay. Similarly, for clean air, for forests, for clean water, there is no incentive for the private sector other than the mineral water to commercialize it. That's why nobody is doing it. So that's why market is missing. Forest, clean air. Okay. So ये एक प्रॉब्लम है. पब्लिक गुड्स जहाँ आ जाएंगी वहाँ प्राइवेट सेक्टर नहीं एग्जिस्ट करेगा. ठीक है. Monopolized market where one of them has more power, or there are no competitors, like goods market जहाँ monopoly हो, और labor market जहाँ labor के पास monopoly हो. Labor के पास monopoly कब आती है? हाँ जी, कब आती है labor के पास monopoly? When they create a union. Union के बाद strike होगी ना. So in the businesses where labor can create a union, they have a power. ठीक है, वो usually public sector में होता है, या when private sector have too many workers. ठीक है. Then incomplete markets. Incomplete market का क्या मतलब है? इसने education और health लिखा है. Incomplete का क्या मतलब? आप education ले रहे हैं तो अब क्या लगता है? Incomplete है. हाँ जी, anyone else? एक स्टेप पीछे आना. रिजल्ट तो कंजम्पशन के बाद आते हैं. इनकम्प्लीट मार्केट का पता मतलब ये है कि इन दिस मार्केट you don't know the outcome or the benefits of the product before using it. You will only know after completing degree के काम आएगी नहीं है. Or you will only know you are alive after the operation if you are alive. ठीक है, otherwise नहीं पता चलेगा. ठीक है, so हेल्थ में भी है. समझ आया बात? So it's incomplete market because without consuming it or experiencing it, you will a particular hospital. That's they are good. Otherwise, there is no way for a buyer, especially for a student, to guess perfectly that will it be good or not. वो इस्तेमाल करने के बाद ही पता चलेगा. हाँ, किसी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को पता चल सकता है, लेकिन आप as a student you don't have any tools. So market is incomplete. और इसका मतलब क्या है? Market is incomplete यहाँ पे मतलब है you don't have the best possible benchmark. You as a student you don't know what is the best possible degree that you could have get, best possible learning that you could have got in similar degree somewhere else. आप मार्केट में प्रोडक्ट लेने जाते हैं, you know कि what is the best, you buy German goods or Japanese product, so you know the best limit, और उसके ऊपर और क्वालिटी कोई नहीं है. लेकिन in education as a buyer you don't know what is the best possible thing. ठीक है, so there is no upper limit or there is no upper guess, and for a student there is no lower guess too. वो शायद पेरेंट्स को पता होगा because they have studied somewhere else, they know कि इतना चीज पता नहीं चाहिए. They have done job in the market, they know कि बच्चों को इतना पता होना चाहिए. So as a student you are not known about what is the complete product, what is the complete package. ठीक है, जिस तरह बाकी प्रोडक्ट्स में you go in the market to try to bargain for the lower price or better quality or better more quantity. या सब्जी वाले के पास जाते हैं तो आप चुन के फल खा लेते हैं, फल वाले के पास या सब्जी वाले चुन के ले लेते हैं ताकि अच्छी क्वालिटी का मिल जाए. लेकिन this does not work here. The bargaining of setting the quantity and quality does not work here, because it can work if you know what is the best possible criteria. One of my class fellow, what he did, he was doing undergraduate in FC college. उस टाइम FC college में रूल था कि आप एक्स्ट्रा कोर्स पढ़ेंगे उसकी फीस नहीं है. So you have to study 48 courses I think, and he studied 55. How? He studied 6 और last semester में उसको सिर्फ 3 चाहिए तो उसने 3, उसको सिर्फ 2 चाहिए तो उसने 6 पढ़ लिया, 4 ज़्यादा पढ़ लिया. What happened? He found out as a buyer that I can buy more if I work hard. ठीक हो गया? So this way you can, but this will not work everywhere because not every buyer knows this thing. If he can get more. Okay? So its market is incomplete. समझ आ गया बात? उसके बाद डॉक्टर का नहीं पता कि वो उसका जो ट्रीटमेंट हुआ है was it best possible or not. Even if he is the best possible doctor. ठीक है? Demerit good, the goods which are legal in many markets but not good for health. So technically they are destroying the health of the buyer. The negative externality which are harming the bystanders like CO2, water pollution, air pollution, wind pollution, heat pollution, radiation pollution की बहुत सारी type है. Then information failure, stock market जिसकी example है, जो चलती ही information failure पे है. अगर equal information हो जाएगी stock market stop हो जाएगी, prices change होना रुक जाएंगे, बहुत slow change होगी. अभी information imperfection है, that's why the prices change so fast. ठीक है? Then agency problem. Agency problem क्या होता है? When the buyer is government and seller is private sector. So what happens is, जैसे government अगर road बनवाए, private sector के जाते हैं पैसे बचाने के लिए road हल्की बनाते हैं. So what is happening is the objective of the government was to create a good road for the public, but the objective of the private sector contractor was to earn profit and produce low quality good. So दोनों के objectives clash करके इसको बोलते हैं agency cost. Agency problem. कि when you hire an agent to do your work and he maximizes his private benefits rather than maximizing the public benefits. इसमें corruption है, agency problem में corruption आ जाए. Corruption है, favoritism है, ठीक है, और misrepresentation of cost है, बहुत सारी चीजें आती हैं. ठीक है, agency problem clear हो गया? Demerit goods वो goods है ना जो हमारी सेहत के लिए अच्छी नहीं है, लेकिन country law ने मना भी नहीं किया उसको बेचने से. Like alcohol and cigarettes, people are selling it. In cigarette, चले alcohol पाकिस्तान में नहीं, लेकिन other countries alcohol is being sold. So they are not good for health, but they are still sold in the market because they are not banned by country law. So according to country law, they are legal, but they are not good for health, so they are demerit goods. So demerit goods in economics तो इतना मसला नहीं है कि health problem create कर रहा है. या seller नहीं है, buyer नहीं है. तो forest में we all need woods. We all are buyer of forest, but there is no seller of the forest. क्योंकि seller से दोनों forest बना नहीं रहा, nature से बन रहे. ठीक है? तो market is missing. If you want to clarify it, you have to go through the topic of public goods and private goods in microeconomics. अगर वो आप एक बार पढ़ लेंगे तो you will understand it. ठीक है, जो गुड प्राइवेट हो सकती है वहां पे सेलर एग्जिस्ट करता है, जो गुड प्राइवेट नहीं हो सकती वहां सेलर नहीं होगा. ठीक है, पॉइंट क्लियर हो गए? तो ये पॉइंट्स बता रहे हैं कि जो मार्केट की प्रॉपर्टीज है, सम ऑफ एटलीस्ट वन ऑफ देम इज मिसिंग or not working, then market has failed. What will happen if market is failed? The prices will not set according to the market forces, the bargaining forces that we discussed earlier. So what will happen is either it will too high or too low. If they are too high, what will happen? Buyer will not be able to buy. If they are too low, what will happen? Seller will not be able to sell it. So in both cases, nothing will happen, or something that was needed to be happen will not happen. So let's summarize what will happen. So products will become expensive. People will fail to get jobs. चीजें बहुत सस्ती बिक रही होंगी तो जॉब क्रिएशन भी रुक जाएगी. बहुत महंगी बिक रही होंगी तो बिकेंगी नहीं तो फिर भी जॉब क्रिएशन रुक जाएगी. Production of goods will slow down. Nobody is buying it, so they will slow down the production process. तो तीन टेक्निकली मसले आ रहे हैं. Things will become expensive, prices will go up, there will be low employment, jobs will go down, and production, the total output, total capacity to produce will come down because nobody is buying it, or it is not possible to produce at that cost. ठीक है? Seller क्या कर रहा होता है? So we have already studied that in the supply curve, here it is quantity and here it is price. तो जितनी price बढ़ती जाती है, seller expands their production processes to produce more. So it means there is a positive slope supply curve. ठीक है? Higher the price, higher the infrastructure is maintained by the seller, include labor, capital, land, organization, to produce that amount of goods. If the prices are coming down, what seller will do? He will shrink his production capacity to reduce the cost of production. कुछ लेबर निकाल देगा, कुछ मशीनें बंद कर देगा, कुछ बिजली जो रेंट पे लिए वापस दे देगा. So if he is shrinking his business, definitely he will not be able to produce the same amount that he was producing earlier. तो अगर प्राइस पहले इतनी थी और अब यहाँ पे आ गई है, so if you ask him to produce the same amount, this much, it's not possible anymore. ये बात नहीं है कि वो नियत नहीं होती, उस पर कैपेसिटी भी नहीं होगी. So what usually happens is that at lower price the production businesses have lower capacity. So you cannot push them to produce more overnight. So definitely the businesses will shrink. So the production will fall. That's happening in the last. Okay. If it's happening everywhere, we call it recession. Whole the economy सब shrink हो रहे हैं. ठीक हो गया? So these are three major problems of market failure. Say, anyone who have a question here? Okay. So how to solve it? So we need we need another person, another organization who has following characteristics. जो इसको solve कर सकती है. Who should have better information? जिसको सारे हालात पता हो. They have surveillance or they have the information collecting sources. So they have better information. They have higher authority, means they can create rules, they can punish people, they can restrict something or they can create something. Third, they are looking for the benefit of the public rather than the private sector. I mean, they don't talk about किसी एक बंदे का फायदा देना है, they talk about the benefit of everyone. तो ऐसा benefit पे काम करेंगे जिसमें सबकी भलाई होती हो, ऐसे में नहीं करेंगे जिसमें सिर्फ एक ही होती हो. ठीक है? तो एक एजेंट कौन हो सकता है? Yes. So technically ये एजेंट अल्लाह ताला है. ये अथॉरिटी से ये पावर उसके पास है. लेकिन अल्लाह ताला ने इंसान को खलीफा बना के भेजा है. But Quran says, so he has given them authority to create some rules and regulation in the world and create peace and justice and goodwill. तो इस्लाम में इसको वर्ड को असल में ये पावर अल्लाह ताला के पास है, लेकिन अल्लाह ताला ने कुरान के अंदर इंसान को खलीफा बनाया है. And he has some authority, and that authority is to fulfill the maqasid शरीयत के कुछ उसूल हैं उसको अपहोल्ड करना, वो मैं थोड़ा सा उधर से बैकग्राउंड से लेके आता हूं इस्लामिक। तो वो खलीफा है तो दे हैव टू मुस्लिमाइज मकासिद अल-शरिया, objectives of the Shariat, which is the compiled laws of Islam। ठीक है, so इसके शरीयत के 3 पिलर्स हैं। फर्स्ट इज जस्टिस, ठीक है, फिर है एजुकेशन, देन है वेलफेयर। जस्टिस में पीस भी आ गया, एजुकेशन में अवेयरनेस, ठीक है, कैपेबिलिटीज, जब वो पढ़ेगा उसकी स्किल बढ़ेंगे, कैपेबिलिटी बढ़ेगी, दे विल लर्न मोर, so this is actually expansion। and welfare is सबकी भलाई हो। वेलफेयर में there are other types हैं कि protection of wealth, protection of faith, protection of life, protection of intellect, protection of family। तो पढ़ेंगे 5 हैं, लेकिन it's not our topic, so तीसरी। so जो भी गवर्नमेंट बनेगी जो उसमें बात कर रहा है ये भी उससे ठीक चला जाता है। so they have to make sure they are actually maximizing the public benefit and they have the authority and they have the better information। ठीक है, अब ये कौन है? that is a government। ठीक है, so माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स में हमने अज्यूम किया था परफेक्ट कंपटीशन तक that there is no government intervention। याद है परफेक्ट कंपटीशन में एक assumption थी, तो उसके बाद गवर्नमेंट इंटरवेंशन स्टार्ट हुई थी। क्यों हुई थी? कि उसके बाद सेलर के पास एक एक्स्ट्रा अथॉरिटी आ गई थी कि दे कैन एक्सप्लॉइट द मार्केट प्राइसेस बिकॉज दे आर प्रोड्यूसिंग डिफरेंशिएटेड गुड्स। तो वहां से गवर्नमेंट इन्वॉल्व होना शुरू होगी, लेकिन वो सिर्फ इन्वॉल्व हो रही थी सेलर की प्रोडक्शन लॉज पे, कि चीज कैसे बनानी है, उसकी मार्केटिंग कैसे करनी है, उसकी प्राइसिंग कैसे करनी है, डोंट कोट अनफेयर प्राइसेस, यानी वहां ऑडिटिंग कंपलसरी कर दी है गवर्नमेंट ने। तो वहां पे गवर्नमेंट सिर्फ प्राइवेट लॉज क्रिएट करे कि ऑडिटिंग कंपलसरी है, ठीक है, प्राइसिंग शुड बी एक्चुअल, नॉट कि आपने एग्जैजरेट करके लिखी हो सो दैट कि आप महंगा बेचें। देन यू हैव टू पे टैक्स, टैक्स के लिए यू हैव टू डिक्लेयर योर एसेट्स एंड डिक्लेयर योर अकाउंट्स, तो उनकी फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट्स बनती हैं। तो गवर्नमेंट का सिर्फ ये रोल था। एंड क्रिएट अ लॉज फॉर कि कौन सा डिफरेंशिएशन अलाउड है, कौन सी मार्केटिंग स्ट्रेटजी अलाउड है, कौन से किस्म की प्रोडक्ट्स लीगल हैं, कौन सी नहीं है, वो बात हुई थी सर। या जहां प्राइसेस टू मच अप एंड डाउन है वहां पे वो प्राइस सीलिंग और प्राइस फ्लोर की बात हुई, ठीक है। दैट वाज द लिमिट ऑफ गवर्नमेंट इन माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स। नाउ इन माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स it says that it has function beyond that, that is it will support the production where market is difficult। Since we need forests, so government will create the contracts for private sector to plant trees, ठीक है, वो ठेका देंगे कि आप दरख्त उगाएं जाके, उसको उसकी उजरत मिलेगी। so then they will create jobs। how in public sector or private sector they have to create jobs, then regulate prices, make future plans, promote savings। प्राइवेट से हमने माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स में सेविंग्स की बात ही नहीं की, हमने अज्यूम किया कस्टमर के पास जितने हैं पैसे खर्च दो, तो अगर सारे खर्चा रहेगा तो व्हेन ही इज अनएम्प्लॉयड व्हाट विल हैपन, ठीक है। माइक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स में हमने यही अज्यूम किया कि एक टाइम पीरियड है, वो दुकान पे गया, जितने पैसे थे सारे खर्चे चीजें ले आया, वन टाइम पीरियड। उसमें ये नहीं कर रहा था कि पिछले महीने कितने बचे थे, कितने ज्यादा लग गए थे, ठीक है। तो ये हुई बात। तो सेविंग का बता रहा है कि एक्चुअली ही इज लिविंग मोर देन वन टाइम पीरियड, सो एक्स्ट्रा स्पेंडिंग इन वन टाइम पीरियड विल बी ऑफसेट बाय लेस स्पेंडिंग इन सम अदर टाइम पीरियड, and that will only happen if there is savings or there is some financial intermediary, financial system, financial private banks। सही हो गई बात। तो गवर्नमेंट क्या करेगा? सेविंग को प्रमोट कराएगा। कैसे करेगा? बैंक्स बनाएगा, बैंक्स को रेगुलेट करेगा, मॉनेटरी सिस्टम बनाएगा, ठीक है, सेविंग, हाँ, इंश्योरेंस कंपनी होंगे, फिर सेविंग कंपनी होंगी लोग, तो दे विल मेक श्योर कि people tend to save for future। then build mega projects। private sector cannot make a dam, वो डैम नहीं बना सकते क्योंकि इतने उनके पास रिसोर्सेज नहीं है, पार्टी अथॉरिटी भी नहीं, बिकॉज अगर उससे डैम ठीक नहीं बना तो सैलाब आ जाएगा, तो पानी जो रोक के रखा है, so it's and then national security you cannot give it to private sector, ठीक है। maintain education and health standards, वो जो मार्केट इनकम्प्लीट थी वो स्टैंडर्ड्स डिफाइन करें हायर एजुकेशन कमीशन, ताकि प्राइवेट सेक्टर स्टैंडर्ड होल्ड करे, ताकि आपको एटलीस्ट मिनिमम स्टैंडर्ड पता चले। ये बात वो बात वहां से कनेक्ट हो रही है। मैंने कोशिश की है वही नाम लिखूं जो या प्रॉब्लम से कनेक्ट हो रहे हैं या फेलियर से कनेक्ट हो रहे हैं। ये तो देयर आर मेनी अदर फंक्शन, सही हो गया। तो दिस इज द एवोल्यूशन ऑफ macroeconomics. So hence macroeconomics is as important as microeconomics in order to maintain our resources. What macroeconomics helps is managing things where individuals cannot. कुछ चीजें individuals manage नहीं कर सकते, like clean air, pollution, ecosystem, ठीक है, country safety, country law, peace and harmony, वो private sector नहीं maintain कर सकता। So the necessary aspects which macroeconomics cover and microeconomics fail to cover led to its evolution, ठीक है। मेजर वजह क्या थी? एक मार्केट फेलियर, और मार्केट फेलियर में मैंने कहा बार्गेनिंग पावर वर्क नहीं करी, और कुछ गुड्स हैं जो प्राइवेट गुड्स नहीं होती। तो दो तीन एंगल से बातें निकल रही हैं, लेकिन मार्केट फेलियर में सब आ जाता है। मार्केट फेलियर में की एग्जांपल्स में मैंने सारी पॉसिबल टाइप्स कवर कर दी, ठीक है। सो मैक्रोइकोनॉमिक्स फोकसेस ऑन ऑर्डिनरी बिजनेस लाइफ इन एग्रीगेट, डे टू डे बिजनेसेस हैं ऑन एग्रीगेट। ऑर्डिनरी वर्ड्स का मतलब है कि एवरेज ऑफ एवरी इकोनॉमी, नॉट कि पाकिस्तान में कुछ स्पेशल केसेस हैं जो मैक्रोइकोनॉमिक्स में कवर नहीं होते, लेकिन इस ऑर्डिनरी बिजनेस लाइफ मींस talk about all countries of the world in general, and in aggregate means all buyers together, all sellers together, and interaction of major agents like their interaction like household, businesses and government in the economy. माइक्रो भी इंटरेक्शन की बात ही कर रहा था, लेकिन वो एक एक की, यहाँ पे है एग्रीगेट इंटरेक्शंस, ठीक है। इट मेजर टारगेट्स आर मैनेजिंग प्राइसेस, क्रिएटिंग जॉब्स, बूस्टिंग प्रोडक्शन। ये थ्री मेजर पिलर्स हैं मैक्रोइकोनॉमिक, यहां से वो स्टार्ट हुई थी, और आई टॉक्ड अबाउट दैट इन द मार्केट फेलियर, दैट दीस थ्री आर एक्चुअली द आउटकम्स ऑफ फेलियर, सो वी हैव टू मैनेज देम। अदर्स आर आउटकम्स ऑफ दीस थ्री थिंग्स, ठीक है। सो स्कोप ऑफ मैक्रोइकोनॉमिक्स कैसे बना? सो नॉर्मल बिहेवियर ऑफ इंडिविजुअल फॉर्म, वी अज्यूम के फाउंडेशन बनाते थे, हमने अज्यूम किया जो नॉर्मल बिहेवियर है इंडिविजुअल्स का माइक्रो में, मैक्रो में उन सब का एग्रीगेट बिहेवियर को पढ़े होंगे। द ऑप्टिमल और द theoretical or justified behavior of individuals that we discuss in microeconomics is assumed to be added for all of them. We assume that all of them are doing similar thing, कि अगर प्राइस महंगी हो रही है सब नहीं खरीदेंगे, ठीक है, क्योंकि एक नहीं खरीद सकता। So we assume that all of them are following the same pattern according to the microeconomics theory. So we say that in macroeconomics they will do the same. So overall behavior of people who are buyers and people who are sellers. So people look different when we see them individually. अब अगर इंडिविजुअली स्टडी करें सारे फर्क हो सकते हैं। क्या वजह थी कि अगर प्राइस बढ़ती है तो पीपल विल बाय लेस, बट नॉट एवरीवन विल बाय लेस, some will buy more less, some will buy less. क्या वजह थी? इंडिविजुअली जब स्टडी कर रहे तो क्या रीजन हमने माइक्रो में पढ़ी? The differences in the people in response to the prices. What was the reason?
Sir, because of this buying power.
Buying power. And buying power is explaining the thing that is we studied elasticity. Because the elasticity is different among the people, and one of the major reason is the differences in the buying power. Second major difference is the taste that they have for their product. Some might like it more, some might like it less. So the differences in the individuals is because of the differences in elasticity. Buying power उसमें आती है, मैंने एक वो एग्रीगेट वर्ड दिया, उसमें बाइंग पावर भी आती है, उसमें नीड भी आती है, उसमें उसके टेस्ट भी आता है, उसमें अदर अपॉर्चुनिटीज अवेलेबल भी आता है, बहुत सारी चीजें। और डिटर्मिनेंट्स ऑफ इलास्टिसिटी पढ़ेंगे ना, वहां से मिल जाएगा आपको। सो he is saying that when we study them individually we will see them different, but when we study them together they will look like same. हम अज्यूम करेंगे सब एक जैसे हैं और किसी एक टाइप को टारगेट कर लेंगे। हम कहेंगे फॉर एग्जांपल if you are studying America, more all of them are rich, so they might be more elastic, and when you study Pakistan we assume that all of them are poor, might be less elastic. So हम सबको एक ग्रुप में रखें, ठीक है। तो मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स में सिंपलिसिटी के लिए we assume a typical behavior and we say that all of them will behave like this. फिर डिटेल में जाके हम देखते हैं कि if there is any difference what will happen, ठीक है। तो उस डिटेल तक शायद हम नहीं जाएंगे इसमें, सही है। So typical behavior of an individual will be assumed and then we aggregate them for everyone, ठीक है। इस तरह मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स पढ़ी जाएगी। Yeah, it's like when we are looking at from the helicopter, bird's eye view. In microeconomics we are studying like psychology and sociology, individuals. In macroeconomics we look at that they are herd of people, herd behavior, group behavior. We study that even if they are different, but what will happen if we force them together? देखिए ना, अगर वो इंडिविजुअल बिहेवियर तो होगा, लेकिन जब भी प्रॉब्लम आएगी सारे सबका रिस्पॉन्स में सिमिलरिटीज भी होंगी। दैट सिमिलरिटी विल क्रिएट अ थ्योरी or a behavior that we will study, and they, for every theory there will be a what we call it intervention mechanism, how to help it, how to solve it, ठीक है। So यहाँ पे एक एग्जांपल दे रहे हैं कि in order to see the integration we take a case of a firm. There's some major aspects of particular firm considers when we study macroeconomics. जब भी एक बिजनेस स्टार्ट होता है तो उसके 2-3 मेजर डिसीजंस होते हैं जो वो लेती है, लाइक कितने की बेचनी है, कितने बनाने हैं, कितने इनपुट रखने हैं। These 3 are major decisions that a business, a typical or a particular business takes. जब सारे बिजनेसेस में ऐड करें तो क्या आंसर आएगा? प्राइस ऑफ प्रोडक्ट को सारी बिजनेसेस में ऐड करें तो जनरल प्राइस लेवल, इसको इन्फ्लेशन बोलते हैं। डिसीजन हाउ मच टू प्रोड्यूस, सारी फर्म में ऐड करें, इट इज टोटल आउटपुट, जिसको जीडीपी बोलते हैं। कितनी एम्प्लॉयमेंट लेबर रखनी है, व्हिच इज मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट इनपुट, क्योंकि उसके अंदर थिंकिंग एबिलिटी होती है, बाकी तो स्टैटिक है ना, उससे ही चलाना है, ठीक है। तो इट विल क्रिएट एम्प्लॉयमेंट लेवल। अभी मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स के जो 3 पिलर मैंने बताए थे, फर्म के 3 पिलर से कनेक्ट हो गए। सो इट मींस macroeconomics is evolving from micro but covering some dimensions that we discussed earlier. यहाँ ऊपर बता रहे थे कि वो एजेंसी प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहा है, वो पब्लिक गुड सॉल्व कर रहा है, ठीक है, वो सेविंग प्रमोट कर रहा है, वो प्रोजेक्ट्स बनवा के दे रहा है, ठीक है।
सर ये जो सब्सिडी प्रोवाइड करते हैं उसको हम इस पे काम करेंगे ना, ये जो ईडीपी का उसमें नहीं आएगा।
हाँ, सब्सिडी यहाँ पे आएगा ना, ये यहाँ पे पहला वाला सपोर्टिंग द प्रोडक्शन, वहाँ सब्सिडी आएगी ना। हाउ टू सपोर्ट, either subsidy or provide expertise or provide infrastructure, ठीक है, उधर आएगा। फाइनेंशियल सपोर्ट या टेक्निकल सपोर्ट या रेगुलेटरी सपोर्ट सारा उसमें चला जाएगा, ठीक है। सो ये ठीक है, एक एक्टिविटी है। so I will give you, so how a market failure can affect the following people, कि अगर मार्केट वर्क नहीं कर रही तो इनको क्या नुकसान होगा, and how macroeconomics can help them. What you have to do is take a paper individually, select any one of them, write it as a heading, then tell कि अगर मार्केट फेलियर होगा तो इनके जो ऑब्जेक्टिव्स थे, अगर ये बायर है तो बायर ऑब्जेक्टिव्स और सेलर है तो सेलर ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव्स है जो खराब हो गए, जो अब अचीव नहीं होंगे, and how macroeconomics is playing a role nowadays in trying to achieve those objectives, ठीक है। चले स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन इट। सेलेक्ट एनीवन, टेल व्हाट वर देयर ऑब्जेक्टिव्स, इफ दे आर सेलर तो सेलर से रिलेटेड होंगे, इफ दे आर बायर तो बायर से रिलेटेड होंगे, and how market failure is hurting them, and how we can how government or macroeconomics is helping. आजकल ऐसा क्या हो रहा है जो उसको हेल्प करने में मदद कर रही है, या डेवलप कंट्रीज में क्या हो रहा है, क्या गवर्नमेंट को क्या करना चाहिए. अभी करना है, हमें जमा कराना है, क्लास के अंदर लेके जाना है. पहले बताना है कि मार्केट अगर फेलियर होती है तो ये जो एजेंट जिसका नाम दिया है उसको क्या नुकसान होगा, और गवर्नमेंट कैसे ठीक कर रही है या करना चाहिए में भी वो आंसर आ जाएगा प्रैक्टिस में. कोई एक सिलेक्ट कर लें, हर इंडिविजुअल अपना भी सिलेक्ट कर ले और फिर पहले सारे एक एक लिख लो नाम है, वो मार्केट फेलियर वाली स्लाइड ओपन कर. सबने लिख लिया है तो एक सिलेक्ट कर लो, याद कर लो ना कि वो तो सिलेक्ट करना है, फिर बाद में मैं फिर वापस नहीं लाऊंगा मैं उधर. So how many of you have selected the first student? How many of you? एक ने किया, दो ने, ठीक है, तीन लोग. So अगर मार्केट फेलियर होगा क्या मसला होगा? सर मैंने लिखा कोविड-19 से एजुकेशन सिस्टम में मार्केट फेलियर इस सेंस में हो सकता है, इस सेंस में हो सकता है कि if government has not tried to help them recover, वो रिकवर, yes, so government will recover. So इसका मतलब कोई external shock आएगा, if there is no regulator or the government, they might not be able to recover. ठीक है, परफेक्ट कंपटीशन में भी ये मसला है क्योंकि सारी फर्म्स चल रही होती हैं जीरो प्रॉफिट पे. तो अगर किसी एक फर्म को कोई प्रॉब्लम आएगी, ओनर बीमार हो गया या उसको एक्सपेंसेस करने पड़ गए, दे विल हैव टू सेल देयर रेडी. परफेक्ट कंपटीशन छोटी दुकान नहीं होती है, तो एंड लिक्विडेट देयर बिजनेस, और वो दोबारा नहीं आता क्योंकि देयर इज नो रिकवरी मैकेनिज्म. मोनोपोली में क्या होता है, या मोनोपोलिस्टिक में दे हैव एक्सेस प्रॉफिट्स टू फाइनेंस देयर प्रॉब्लम्स. ठीक है, अब और यहाँ पे वो इनकम, वो जो मिसिंग इनकम्प्लीट मार्केट वाली प्रॉब्लम, स्टूडेंट डज नॉट नो हाउ टू सिलेक्ट अ गुड डिग्री. So what government has done is they have ranked the universities. HEC has provided a ranking criteria for students. Secondly, HEC also visits the university to ensure that the criteria are met. तो एक मैकेनिज्म पीछे चल रहा है जो indirectly स्टैंडर्ड्स को मेंटेन करने की कोशिश कर रहा है या कर चुका है, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन कोर्स किस्म का मैकेनिज्म की बात होगी. रैंकिंग के भी क्राइटेरिया होते हैं ना, और वो यूनिवर्सिटी फुलफिल करती हैं तो रैंक बढ़ता है. तो स्टूडेंट्स कैन जज फ्रॉम द रैंकिंग. एटलीस्ट चलो रैंकिंग नहीं है तो HEC इज ब्लैकलिस्टिंग सम इंस्टीट्यूट्स. मतलब बैड वाले तो रूल आउट हो रहे हैं ना, अच्छे वाले की अगर रैंकिंग क्लियर नहीं है तो जो नॉन रजिस्टर्ड कंपनी यूनिवर्सिटीज है, नॉन रिकॉग्नाइज्ड है, उनको तो बंद करे ना. तो एटलीस्ट लोअर लिमिट इज देयर, अपर लिमिट नहीं है तो लोअर तो है ना. देन इट्स योर एफर्ट हाउ यू स्टडी. सेवर किसने किया? ये सेवर फूड्स वाला नहीं है, सेविंग करने वाला सेवर। हाँ जी, किसने भी नहीं किया? एक ने किया। हाँ जी, अगर वो सेविंग कर रहा है और वहाँ पे गवर्नमेंट नहीं है, क्या मसला है?
तो चीजें महंगी होगी सर, वो अपने
ना वो तो स्पेंडर होगा ना, सेवर को क्या मसला?
सेव को ये मसला है कि मतलब वो जो अपने लिए सेविंग कर रहा है सर, तो उसमें मसला उसके लिए आ सकता है।
अगर उसके पास फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशन नहीं है, he has to save the himself। अगर वो कैश में सेव करेगा तो वो डीवैल्यू होगा, हम आगे बढ़ेंगे जाके। लेकिन अगर वो कहीं इन्वेस्ट करना चाहता है तो उसको इन्वेस्टमेंट अपॉर्चुनिटी खुद ढूंढनी पड़ेगी, क्योंकि देयर इज नो इंस्टीट्यूट दैट इज हेल्पिंग हिम टू इन्वेस्ट। कोई ब्रोकर नहीं है, कोई मिडिलमैन नहीं है, कोई इंस्टीट्यूट नहीं है, कोई फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम नहीं है, तो ही हैज टू फाइंड द इन्वेस्टर बोरोवर हिमसेल्फ। तो वहां पे अगर उसके साथ कोई फ्रॉड होता है, दैट्स हिज लक। So this is the market failure problem। कि वहां पे क्या है, इंफॉर्मेशन asymmetry या इनकम्प्लीट इंफॉर्मेशन, कि बोरोवर को नहीं पता, लेंडर को नहीं पता कि बोरोवर पैसे देगा भी नहीं, और बोरोवर को नहीं पता कि ये पैसे दे रहा है तो मैं दे भी पाऊंगा नहीं। इनकम्प्लीट या imperfect information, what will happen is that he will have to give at lower interest rate, जितने कमा सकता है उससे कम कमाएगा, और बोरोवर माइट हैव टू एक्सेप्ट हायर इंटरेस्ट रेट, क्योंकि कोई देने वाला नहीं है, उसको मांगने पड़े। तो मार्केट में स्क्यूड हो गया, मार्केट वर्क नहीं कर रही। गवर्नमेंट क्या करेगी? फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम बना देगी जहां पे आप पैसे रखवाए वो आप खुद इन्वेस्ट करें। बैंक्स लेंगे और वो काम करेंगे ना एज एन एजेंट। तो टैक्स तो हर चीज में है ना, जहाँ पैसे क्रॉस होने टैक्स लगता है, तो हर में आता है। हाँ जी, फैमिली अर्नर यानी सिंपल वर्कर। हाँ जी, एक ने किया, बाकी लोग कमाते नहीं है या किसी को कमाते नहीं देखा। तो फैमिली अर्नर को क्या प्रॉब्लम है? जब मार्केट फेलियर होगा, जॉब फॉल करेगी, तो उधर तो गवर्नमेंट जॉब क्रिएशन इंश्योर करवाएगी। स्पेशली कोविड में उन्होंने लॉ क्रिएट कर दिया था कि जो फर्म किसी को फायर नहीं करेगी, हम उनको सस्ता लोन देंगे। दैट इज इंटरवेंशन, एक एग्जांपल आ गया। हाँ, वो जो सस्ता लोन देना सब्सिडी है ना, जो गैप है वो गवर्नमेंट देगी। सब्सिडी जरूरी नहीं है कि पैसे पकड़ा दें, सब्सिडी ये भी हो सकती है कोई चीज सस्ती दिलवा दी। इनडायरेक्ट इसको बोलते हैं इन काइंड सब्सिडी। एक होती है कैश सब्सिडी। कैश सब्सिडी में मोस्टली क्या होता है, तुम्हें पैसे खा जाता है, काम नहीं करता, करप्शन हो जाती है। इन काइंड में नहीं होती। ठीक है, उसके बाद शॉप ओनर। हाँ जी, शॉप ओनर और किसने किया? एक ही है, दो तीन, क्या प्रॉब्लम आएगी?
सर इट वाज लाइक शॉप owner like there's a market failure definitely farmer is being
ये सुन लो, ये सवाल मेरा आता है, रिकॉर्डिंग में नहीं बार बार देखने का टाइम मिला।
sir in terms of like how it would affect the shop owner, so definitely market fails, the problem that he would have given would have sort of definitely would have been met. So, he would not be able to achieve it. Secondly, the expenses that he had tried like to reduce them definitely are paid by him from the amount or from the account that he would have reserved for other things. Like how macroeconomics can have definitely can be subsidized by the governments.
So इसको थोड़ा simplify करना है। So first of all problem is property rights उसके laws नहीं होंगे, ठीक है? Business operational regulations exist नहीं करती। He will be, the shop owner will be working on the best practices that he knows. Some of them might conflict with the norms in the society, and which might create a conflict between some customers might not come because we don't know what kind of product he is selling. Secondly, for example, जैसा पाकिस्तान में एक शरीयत काउंसिल है जो हलाल और हराम का स्टैंपिंग करके देती है। So if there is no government there institute, we don't know he is selling halal or haram. एक typical example. Other example can be easy selling as good quality goods or not. उसके लिए भी कोई वो food authority होगी। So if there is no managing thing, what will happen is that the working of the firm will only work on the trust between the buyer and the seller.
Everyone sell its own price.
Yes, everyone will bargain for own price, and all depends upon trust between the buyer and seller. If there are only few buyers, then trust can be maintained. लेकिन अगर पूरा शहर है लाहौर की तरह 1.5 करोड़ आबादी है, so you cannot work only on trust. There must be some rules. Just like जो बड़ी कंपनीज हैं वो साल इतनी ISO 9000 certified, ठीक है, वो सर्टिफिकेशन क्या होती है, वो स्टैंडर्डाइजेशन होती है. So if they are not there, the trust can be broken anytime. ठीक है, so his operation यानी मतलब प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स में नहीं है, ठीक है, तो व्हाट विल हैपन इज कोई भी कब्जा करेगा करो कुछ काम में बैठो, ठीक है. सो गवर्नमेंट इज प्रोटेक्टिंग इन ऑल दीस डायमेंशन जितनी मैंने बताई. नेक्स्ट इज गवर्नमेंट जॉब ओनर. किसने किया यार, जितने हक हैं बाकी जो रह गए उन्होंने कौन सी टाइप किया, जितने बच्चे नहीं जितने टाइप करोगे, तो बाकियों ने क्या किया भाई, तो साथ वाले ने किया. तो जॉब ओनर, गवर्नमेंट जॉब ओनर में क्या प्रॉब्लम है, मार्केट फेलियर कहां से आएगा, तो कैसे पूरे करेगा पैसे, नहीं गवर्नमेंट नहीं छोड़, वो कैसे पूरे करेगा, चीजें एक्सपेंसिव होंगी उसमें कुछ ना कुछ तो करना है ना, क्या करेगा, yes he will earn other sources of income. गवर्नमेंट हेल्प तो करेगी जब प्रॉब्लम आएगी ना, प्रॉब्लम क्या है वो डिफाइन करना. प्रॉब्लम ये है कि वो करप्शन करे, महंगाई तो सबके लिए हो रही है, महंगाई सबके लिए हो रही है, सब अपने अपने हिसाब से उसको काउंटर करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. ये सारे, ये वाला कैसे काउंटर करेगा, ये एजेंसी प्रॉब्लम क्रिएट करेगा, ये कहेगा कि रिश्वत देगा, ये भी मेरा खर्चे पूरे नहीं हो रहे, ये वहां पे मिसमैनेजमेंट करेगा, वो पैसे चोरी करेगा, इन्वेस्टमेंट करेगा, हाँ ठीक है. तो दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम, एजेंसी कॉस्ट, ठीक है. एंड हाउ इट विल बी सॉल्व्ड, गवर्नमेंट वहां पे एंटी करप्शन ब्यूरो रखे, ठीक है. तो मैंने यही बताया कि सबसे अच्छा तो एजेंट कौन है, अल्लाह ताला है, जो परफेक्ट इंफॉर्मेशन रखता है कि कौन किसकी नीयत क्या है, तो वो पकड़ लेगा, वो उसके लिए अल्लाह ताला ने कहा है कि जो करना कर लो, आखिरत में साफ होगा. तो इसका मतलब है, आपके क्वेश्चन का आंसर है कि देयर इज नो परफेक्ट सुपरवाइजरी अथॉरिटी, नॉट इवन गवर्नमेंट. लेकिन उसको काउंटर करने के लिए इस्लाम ने क्या कहा कि भी आखिरत में पकड़ होनी है, अभी सीधे हो जाओ नहीं तो आखिरत में नहीं. तो अदर रिलीजन्स में इस चीज की बात नहीं है, वहां वो क्या करते हैं, एथिक्स, if we work on, we should work on ethics. लेकिन एथिक्स आर ऑप्शनल, कि आप करो या ना करो, उसका उन्होंने कोई रिवॉर्ड सिस्टम नहीं है. इस्लाम ने एथिक्स के पीछे सवाब रखा, दैट्स व्हाई इस्लाम हैज कंप्लीट कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट. जो मैंने पहले एक बात स्टार्ट की कि what I talked that when I defined this agent, I said the first superior agent who has this property is Allah Ta'ala. अब प्रॉब्लम है कि अल्लाह ताला खुद नीचे नहीं आ सकते या खुद आगे सबको आगे जाहिर हो जाए और फंक्शनिंग स्टार्ट कर दे. अल्लाह ताला ने खलीफा बजा के भेजा इंसान कि I give you authority till the day of judgment to practice the laws that I given to you. अब आपने बहुत अच्छा पॉइंट रेज किया जो हम एडवांस क्वेश्चन में पढ़ते हैं कि जो सुपरवाइजर होता है अगर वही करप्ट हो जाए तो क्या होगा, तो लॉ बनाने वाले करप्ट हो तो जितना मर्जी स्ट्रिक्ट हो वो रिश्वत ले लेगा, ठीक है. तो उसके लिए अल्लाह ताला ने मैकेनिज्म दिया है. आखिरत इस रिलीजन में उसका आंसर ये है कि nobody is uncorruptible, everyone has its price, किसी की ज्यादा हो किसी कम हो, लेकिन the price is defined by his fear of Allah. जितना अल्लाह देता होगा उतनी प्राइस ज्यादा होगी और मे बी इंफिनिट हो. मोस्ट प्रोबेबली अगर सही करता है तो इंफिनिट हो, वो नहीं करेगा और एजेंसी प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी. अगर एजेंसी प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी, वो जो पिरामिड बन रहा है, सुपरवाइजर एंड वर्कर्स, वो वर्क करेगा और पब्लिक गुड क्रिएट होगा. यदि गवर्नमेंट है ईमानदारी से काम कर रही है, लोगों को भी ठीक करवा रही है, उनको सजा और जजा दे रही है कानून के मुताबिक, तो लोग बेईमानी नहीं कर रहे हैं, तो इकोनॉमी में वेलफेयर क्रिएट हो रहा है। तो जो बाय स्टैंडर्ड्स हैं दे विल बी मोर हैप्पी and there will be reduction in poverty, creation of jobs, more goods available at a cheaper rate. ठीक हो गया? तो वो जो ये पूरा पिरामिड है अल्लाह ताला के साथ सबसे ऊपर, अब बात है कि जो उसके नीचे वाला जो बंदा बैठा है, अगर he does not fear Allah, the pyramid will collapse. ठीक है? तो that's why I use the word मुकासदुल शरिया कि जी ये पिरामिड जो अभी पढ़ रहे हैं, ये पिरामिड को वर्क करने के लिए बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट है कि सबसे ऊपर बैठा है कोई ईमानदार हो। अब जो यूरोपियन कंट्रीज हैं, डेवलप्ड कंट्रीज इसलिए तरक्की कर रही कि इवन दो दे डोंट हैव फियर ऑफ अल्लाह, बट देयर एजुकेशन हैव प्रमोटेड की एथिक्स सो मच दैट दे आर नॉट करप्ट। तो वो पिरामिड वर्क कर रहा है और उनकी इकोनॉमी ग्रो कर रही है। ठीक है? इकोनॉमीज कुफर पे कायम रह सकती हैं, इनजस्टिस पे कायम नहीं रह सकती। वो जस्टिस होल्ड कर रहे हैं और कायम है आखिरत तक। आखिरत में उन्होंने जवाब देना। तो हम क्या कर रहे हैं? करप्शन हैज स्टार्टेड एट एवरी लेवल। तो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग दैट पिरामिड इज नॉट वर्किंग, और सब बंदे अपना अपना प्राइवेट बेनिफिट अचीव कर रहे हैं एट द कॉस्ट ऑफ पब्लिक बेनिफिट। सही है? तो मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स में क्योंकि हम अज्यूम करते हैं कि नोबडी इज करप्ट, कि यहाँ पे कॉमन एवरीडे बिजनेस की बात हो रही है, तो इट विल वर्क एंड पब्लिक बेनिफिट विल बी क्रिएटेड। ठीक हो गया? यहाँ पे किसी क्वेश्चन हो, मैंने सबको आंसर ब्रीफली बता दिए क्लास के बाद मुझे दे जाना। ठीक है? तो लेट्स मी सी अगर कोई पॉइंट रहता है देन वी विल क्लोज द क्लास फॉर टुडे। यस, सो वी विल स्टार्ट विद ये लास्ट स्लाइड है, लेट्स कंप्लीट, वी स्टार्ट विद द नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। सो मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स के मेजर ऑब्जेक्टिव्स कहां से आते हैं? हाउ these three objectives evolved? क्या हुआ क्या कि बिफोर 1930s there was no concept of macroeconomics. They were working on Adam Smith model of economics, that is market forces. Individuals will bargain for their better opportunities. What happened that there was a Great Depression which led to increase in prices in Germany, higher prices and low output in USA. दो एग्जांपल्स दिए। So Keynes उस टाइम का मशहूर इकोनॉमिस्ट था। He provoked the role of aggregate conditions. उसने कहा कि herd behavior भी कुछ होता है, आप उसको भी मैनेज करो, क्योंकि people tend to follow herd behavior, कि जो कहते हैं मैंने सुना है या मैंने देखा है, तो अगर वो सुना देखा ठीक कर लेना तो people tend to move together in an optimal way. उसने फिर कांग्रेस में लॉ पास करवाया, प्रेजेंट किया in 1946, the law called employment act। वो उसकी स्टेटमेंट मैंने पेश किया। The Congress hereby declares that it is continuing policy and the responsibility of the federal government to use all practicable means consistent with its needs and obligations। यानी वो सारे एक्शन अप्लाई करेगी जिससे वो टारगेट अचीव हो सकते हैं। कौन से? टू प्रमोट मैक्सिमम एम्प्लॉयमेंट, जॉब क्रिएशन हो, मैक्सिमम प्रोडक्शन, तो हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा बनाएं, बिकॉज हमने माइक्रो में पढ़ा है मोर प्रोडक्शन मींस लोअर प्राइसेस। ठीक है? एंड परचेजिंग पावर, परचेजिंग पावर में प्राइसेस और इनकम दोनों आ जाते हैं। सो हायर परचेजिंग पावर मींस लो प्राइसेस एंड हायर इनकम्स। ठीक है? सो यहां से इस स्टेटमेंट से we tend to know that these are three major objectives जो we discussed here: prices, jobs and production. So ये जो बिल पास हुआ था उधर से ये हमने नोट किया कि ये मैक्रो इकोनॉमिक्स के बेसिक पिलर्स हैं, which was the founding of macroeconomics, and later on they added more, but these three are comprehensive। अगर ये ठीक हो जाए बाकी सारे ठीक हो जाएंगे। ठीक हो गया? So this is the evolution and background of macroeconomics। यहाँ तक किसी क्वेश्चन हो तो पूछ ले, एंड अगर नहीं है